Hi, I'm Seth Goldhammer, Vice President of Product Management here at Graylog. Thanks for joining me today. We are going to be looking at how the world of SIEM has changed and what modern security teams need from SIEM today. We know legacy platforms are costly, noisy, and built for infrastructure that just no longer reflects how security really operates in today's modern world. Our goal at Graylog is to help teams be able to detect, respond, and act faster without drowning in the complexity. Graylog is also a proud participant in the AWS Global Startup Program. That partnership drives the way we think about scale, simplicity, and cloud-native design. Before we dive in, here's a quick look at what we'll cover in the next 10 minutes. We'll start by exploring the challenges that many teams face with legacy SIEMs. Things like cost, complexity, and lack of AWS visibility. From there, I'll walk you through how Graylog addresses these issues head-on with an architecture and an experience designed for modern cloud environments. We'll also look at native AWS integrations, the real-world detection and response use cases, and how Graylog helps security teams do more with less. And finally, I'll leave you with a few easy ways to take the next step, whether that's exploring a demo, getting a tailored walkthrough, or seeing how this fits your specific AWS environment needs. Let's get started. Let's talk about what many of you are probably feeling, but don't always get a chance to say out loud. Legacy SIEMs were built for a different time. They were designed when environments were just static, when scale wasn't what it is today, and when teams had more time and more people to manage that complexity. That's just not our reality anymore. If you're struggling with high cost, long deployments, noisy alerts, you are not alone. These systems are showing their age, and the cracks are starting to affect your team's ability to move fast and stay secure. We'll break down exactly what these legacy tools, how they're falling short. Let's talk about many teams' experience with traditional SIEMs, first being the cost. Legacy platforms use pricing models that penalize you for trying to do your job. As log volume grows, so do the cost, and often it's unpredictable. So the issue of a deployment is that it could take months to get the value out of what you're looking for from that platform. The onboarding is complicated, log volume management and alert tuning are very time-consuming, and it's all manual. And the third is then just the noise that you get out of it. The alert volume is a real issue. We all know it. We're drowning in false positives, and that just bums the whole team out. It's not just inefficient, it's dangerous. We're trying to do our job to secure our organizations, and we need to be able to see real fidelity in what are concerning activities happening in the environment. And finally, legacy systems just weren't built for the cloud. They struggle to deliver the visibility in this very dynamic, fast workload AWS environment. This creates blind spots that you need. You need the clarity to understand what is happening in these fast-moving, ephemeral environments. So let's face it, alerts are coming from everywhere. They're coming from your security products, coming from your applications, and your SIEM isn't helping you distill what is real versus what it isn't. It's just generating even more alerts on top of that. So SIEM platforms are really good at generating alerts, but not so great at helping teams understand what is it that they actually need to take action on? What is something that truly needs the attention of a human? So Graylog, we built this for a different goal. We're focusing on helping teams get to real answers, not just reacting to alarms. This means fewer distractions, better context of what's actually happening, and a platform designed to support the way analysts work. Let's take a closer look at what makes Graylog different and why it's the right fit for teams who are tired of wasting time on noise. So let's shift gears from the problem to the solution. This is where Graylog comes in. We sit in a space that many security teams have been looking for but unable to find. On one side, you've got legacy SIEMs. They're powerful, but expensive, difficult to maintain, and often slow to adapt, especially in AWS environments. On the other side, you have do-it-yourself approaches. They offer flexibility, but they require serious engineering effort to stand up, maintain, and secure properly. So Graylog gives you the best of both worlds. We provide powerful analytics and log management with a clean, modern interface. We keep costs predictable, and we remove the heavy lifting so your team can focus on responding to threats instead of managing the tooling. What you get is a SIEM that's not bloated, not brittle, and not built for someone else's infrastructure 10 years ago. It's made for your team today. When you're operating in the cloud, your SIEM should be able to speak the same language as your infrastructure. Graylog is purpose-built to integrate directly with your AWS services that your security teams rely on the most, like CloudTrail, GuardDuty, CloudWatch, VPC Flow Logs, and your AWS Security Data Lake. This means faster onboarding, less manual tuning, and a clear view of what's actually happening in your AWS environment and your hybrid environment. Let's take a closer look at how these integrations work and why they matter in today's operations. So how does Graylog work with your AWS environment? So out of the box, we support direct integrations with key AWS services like CloudTrail, CloudWatch, GuardDuty, VPC Flow Logs. These are the core telemetry sources that most teams rely on to detect suspicious activity, monitor configurations, and trace unusual behaviors. The advantage here is speed. You don't need to write custom scripts or invest hours into tuning ingestion pipelines. Graylog is designed to ingest and normalize this data with minimal setup. This means that your team could get back to work right away instead of spending weeks just getting logs into the system in a way that it can be processed. Behind the scenes, we map AWS metadata in a way that makes investigation faster. You can search by identity, IP address, region, service type, and really understand the relationships between these elements. Whether you're monitoring your IAM changes, you're watching for GuardDuty alerts, or visualizing VPC traffic flows, Graylog gives you that complete view with detection in real time and built-in context. It's everything your team needs to stay ahead of threats without the heavy lifting. Let's talk about what really matters, how fast your team can detect and respond to threats. Graylog is built to remove the bottleneck that slows you down. Instead of drowning you in alerts, we help you focus on the few that matter with full context and fast investigation capabilities. You're not just getting alerts, you're getting answers to what's truly concerning happening in your environments. Let's break down how we do this in 3 quick examples. First, Graylog helps teams dramatically reduce the mean time to detect and mean time to respond with relevant signals surfaced. Your analysts can move faster with more confidence. Second, we integrate with AWS identity services to flag risky IAM activity the moment it occurs, like a privilege escalation or unusual role assignment. Third, we deliver real-time network anomaly detection. So if someone's scanning your environment or exfiltrating data, you'll see that and know exactly what is happening. This is how we move from alert fatigue to action. So let's recap. Graylog, purpose-built to give security teams clarity, not chaos. You don't need more alerts, you need answers, and answers with context that give you more time in your day and starting that investigation in a more advanced state than where you would be otherwise. With a simplified deployment, native AWS integrations, and predictable pricing, Graylog helps you to get to real outcomes faster without burning out your team or your budget. If any part of this sounds like what your team has been missing, we'd love to show you more. You can watch the full product demo at your convenience or schedule a short walkthrough with your team. You don't need to settle for the trade-offs of legacy SIEM. We're here to help you move faster, respond smarter on your terms. Thank you again for spending time with us today. We hope this gave you a clear picture of how Graylog can help your team to be able to move faster, stay focused, and respond smarter. If there's anything we didn't cover, or if you want a closer look, we'd love to connect. Until then, thanks again, and we look forward to continuing the conversation.